A Caribbean birthday bash gone horribly wrong. In early April, Oklahoma native Ryan Watson and his wife Valerie Watson went on vacation to Turks and Caicos Islands. They were celebrating Ryan's 40th birthday with two other friends who had also turned 40. However, on April 12th, when it was time to leave, Ryan and Valerie Watson never made it back on the plane. Ryan Watson joins us from Turks and Caicos. His wife, Valerie Watson, joins us from Luther, Oklahoma. They both join me. Thank you both very much. Let me go first to you, Ryan. I take it you are still in Turks and Caicos and you would like to come home. Is that a fair assumption?
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Tell me what happened, Ryan.
Whenever Valerie and I were going through the airport to return home on April the 12th, the customs agent pulled my duffel bag that was a carry-on and began searching it. I didn't think much of it because my wife's makeup kit was in that bag. They pulled all the contents out. They kept scanning it. And then, lo and behold, the customs agent pulled a baggie or a package of 4 rounds of hunting ammunition. It's ammunition that I use for whitetail deer hunting. She pulled it out of the bag, held it up, at which point I recognized it and realized that I had made, an oversight. I didn't think that it was going to come to this. I figured I was going to get a reprimand or maybe pay a fine and go home.
Ryan, did you have a firearm with you?
No, ma'am.
Valerie, to you, they obviously let you go home. It wasn't your bag. Tell me what you thought as this was going down.
So my initial thought, when they told us that it was going to be 12 years prison time, I was very concerned about our children. We had 2 kids back home, and they had already been away from us for a week. And so we were definitely, that was the first thing that came to my mind. And I know that was a concern for Ryan as well. I couldn't imagine them being away from both of us for that amount of time.
Ryan, you are facing a mandatory 12 years. Do you have a lawyer?
I do. We retained legal counsel here on the island. It's an attorney that has a history of dealing with these cases. We have since come to know a pretty big network of fellow Americans that this has happened to, and most of which had been represented by Oliver Smith, who is our attorney.
All right. Where are you now? Because you obviously don't look like you're in a jail right now. Are you out on bond? Yes,
I'm out on bail. So I was in the jail for about 3 days, 2 nights, 3 days. I was able to secure bail, which was provided through what they call surety here on the island, which needed to be provided by a reputable Turk Islander that had an asset the equivalent of my $15,000 bail. There was a gentleman gracious enough that owns a couple businesses here to come and put up the title of, I believe it was one of his restaurants, in order to help get me out on bail. So we're now staying in an Airbnb.
Valerie, I know that the governor of Oklahoma is trying to help. Another number of members of Congress have people given you? I mean, this law is a mandatory term, which is what is so frightening to everyone, is that it's a mandatory term. Have they given you any idea or any hope that this problem will go away?
Honestly, I know that they're doing everything that they can. They've had a lot of conversations with everybody down there. The Codell went down there this past Monday and had a lot of conversations. They're doing everything they can to support us and having as much dialogue as they can in our favor. They've written really humbling letters. And I'm really hopeful for a positive outcome. I know that there's exceptional circumstances that can be granted through all of this, and that's what we're really hoping for. But it was repeatedly made known to us that this is a mandatory minimum 12-year sentence while I was there as well. So we're just really hoping for the best.
Ryan, what was that? I mean, what was the jail like in Turks and Caicos?
Well, I've actually never been inside of a jail until that moment. It was dark. There wasn't a light. there. So the only light that I had in that cell was what was coming down from the hallway. It was pretty hot. I slept on a concrete bunk, and it was no place that I ever hoped to have to go back to. But yeah, I have nothing to compare it to. I never been in jail and hope to never return.
One quick question. When's your court date?
So I go back on the 28th of this month to enter a plea, and then we're hoping that my hearing will follow pretty quick after that. My attorney's pretty confident that we can get it within the following days.
Ryan, good luck, and Valerie as well too, because I know it's tough for you and your children, and for a lot of reasons for the other Americans who are detained as well. Ryan and Valerie Watson, thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you
very much.